So you want to study smarter. Maybe you've spent hours with your nose in a textbook, highlighting every other sentence, rereading chapters until your eyes glaze over, sipping coffee like it's a lifeline. But then you take the test and your brain just goes blank. Nothing sticks. Not even the stuff you thought you had down cold. Sound familiar? Here's why that keeps happening. It's not about how much you study, it's how you study. I changed just one thing, then another, and suddenly everything clicked. My memory, sharper. My grades, higher. My study time, cut in half. And no, it wasn't luck. It wasn't talent. It was neuroscience. Stick with me for the next few minutes, because I'm going to break down the 5 most powerful learning hacks I've ever found. Backed by research, used by top students, athletes, CEOs, and even memory champions. And I'll show you exactly how to apply them. Simple, fast, effective. Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried building a Lego set without the picture on the box? You've got the pieces. You know they should fit together, but you've got no clue what the end result is supposed to look like. That's what learning feels like, when you don't understand how your brain actually works. These hacks, they're the picture on the box. They'll show you how to turn random bits of info into real, usable knowledge. So grab your mental Lego pieces, because we're about to build something smart. First up, spaced repetition. Think of your favorite old song, one you haven't heard in years, and yet when it plays, boom, you know every word. Why? Because you heard it over and over across time. That's spaced repetition in action. Your brain sees repetition plus time as a signal. This must be important. Save it. Now compare that to cramming. You're stuffing 50 facts into your head at midnight and hoping they'll still be there tomorrow. Spoiler, they won't. Instead, break it down. Study a little today, review a little tomorrow, then again next week. Apps like Anki and Quizlet use spaced repetition automatically, but even a Google Calendar reminder works. The key is intervals. Review info right before you forget it. That's the sweet spot where long-term memory locks in. 1 hour after learning, 1 day later, 3 days, a week. It's like investing small amounts of time that pay off big. Next, one of my all-time favorites, the Feynman Technique. It's named after Richard Feynman, a Nobel Prize-winning physicist who believed that if you truly understand something, you should be able to explain it to a 10-year-old. Let's say you're learning how electricity works. Can you explain it without jargon? Without saying Ohm's law or electromotive force? If not, you don't really understand it, yet. Here's how to use this. Let's walk through that electricity example. 1. Pick a topic. Say how electricity works. 2. Try to explain it simply. Electricity flows from the battery through wires to power a light bulb, then loops back to the battery. 3. Get stuck? Maybe you can't explain why it loops back or what makes the electricity move. Great, that's a knowledge gap. 4. Go back, look up those parts, like how electrons move through a circuit and why the current flows from positive to negative. Then explain it again in your own words. The battery pushes electrons through the wire. They power the bulb, then return to the battery, making a full loop. No jargon, just clear understanding. That's how you go from memorizing facts to actually understanding them. It's active, it's challenging. It turns you from a passive reader into a real thinker. Teachers, top students, even Elon Musk uses this method, because when you teach something, you own it. So you've nailed explaining things simply. Now let's make your brain even smarter by switching things up. This next hack is called interleaving. This one feels strange at first, but it's a game changer. Interleaving means mixing different topics or skills in your study sessions. So instead of doing 20 calculus problems back to back, you might do 5 calculus, then 5 geometry, then 5 stats. Why? Because your brain has to switch gears. It's not just mindlessly repeating the same formula. It's spotting patterns, comparing techniques, figuring out which method applies when. That's real learning. Athletes do this with drills, like how Serena Williams mixes different types of serves and shots in practice. Musicians do this with scales. Even basketball legend Kobe Bryant was known for switching between offense and defense drills to sharpen his mind. And you can do it with anything you're trying to master. Yes, it feels harder, but that's the point. Easy, forgettable, hard, sticky. You're not trying to feel smart while you study. You're training your brain to be smart when it counts. Now you're mixing things up. But here's the question. Are you really learning or just decorating your notes? All right, let's talk about highlighting. Feels productive, right? You're coloring, making your notes look beautiful. But here's the truth. Highlighting is passive. It tricks your brain into thinking it's learning, when really, it's just skimming. Here's what works better. Active recall. Close the book. Look away from the screen. Ask yourself, what did I just learn? What are the 3 most important points? Could I explain this without notes? It's like lifting weights for your memory. You're not just feeding your brain, you're forcing it to retrieve. That retrieval is what builds strength. That's how you turn short-term facts into long-term knowledge. Make flashcards, write practice questions, quiz yourself at the end of every session. Don't be afraid to be wrong. That's part of learning. Every I forgot today becomes an I remember tomorrow. Here's one nobody talks about. Emotion. Let me take you back. I was 5 years old. My mom told me, don't touch the iron. Of course I did. Burned my hand, screamed, cried, and I've never forgotten that lesson. Why? Because pain creates memory. Emotion is the glue that makes information stick. So when you're learning something new, attach it to a story, a feeling, a vivid image. Learning about World War II? Imagine what it felt like in a bomb shelter. Studying psychology? Connect it to someone you know or something you've felt. Visualization's emotion unforgettable. Make it weird, make it dramatic, make it yours. That's how your brain decides, this matters. These aren't just tricks, they're how your brain actually wants to learn. So if you've ever felt like learning is harder than it should be, good news, it doesn't have to be. All right, those are the 5. Let's recap and put them to work. All right, quick recap. Spaced repetition, study in intervals, review often. Feynman Technique, explain it simply, teach it. Interleaving, mix different topics, build flexibility. Active recall, don't reread, retrieve. Emotional anchoring, feel it, visualize it, lock it in. Now here's your challenge. Pick one of these hacks, try it today, just one. Then come back and comment. Which one did you use, and what did it change for you? You'll be surprised how fast your brain adapts. If this helped you, even just a little, don't forget to tap that like button. It's a small click, but it makes a big difference in helping others discover these tips too. And if you're on a mission to study smarter, not harder, hit that subscribe button. I've got more videos on the way, packed with proven strategies on memory, focus, and productivity, all grounded in real science, not guesswork or fluff. You've got the tools, you've got the science. Now it's your turn. Go build something brilliant with it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.